Hello, it's Musa once again. And this time we're taking our testing to the next level. And what's that? Shang-Chi, the most obvious card, the card that you also asked me to try again in this shell. And in order to do so, I had to remove my second favorite elf from the main, which is a Latami, and put it in the sideboard. Curion will never go away. I think that if I stopped playing Curion, I will probably stop playing elves at this point. I'm very happy to see also other people in other shells adding Curion in their green decks because they realize how good this card is in generating mana. That's all for now. Let's go to the league and see how it went. Round number 1, if only that hand had a land. And if only this hand was decent. So I had to mulligan down to 5. This is the hand we're going to keep. Is it good? No, but I can't do anything else at this point. I have to hope that I'm going to top deck a good 2-drop. A good 2-drop is actually Devoted Druid, Priest of Titania, Badger. And if I had to put them in order, it would probably be Devoted Druid, Badger, Priest of Titania. But we're still going to do our thing. And I say Devoted Druid. And as you know, if you watched my previous video, you know that I'm actually, let's say, traumatized at this point by the deck. I don't know, I'm playing so poorly against them. I'm always terrified that they're faster now and they can beat me. And I just play wrong. Anyway, the opponent had a turn 3 kill as it seems. I'm going to let you see how we lose on turn 3 from a perfect hand as they had, as we have no interaction anymore. So the opponent is doing unnecessary things right now. Sorry, opponent. You could also spare the... they're playing cautious around my... probably whatever I could have in hand, because I have mana up. But instead of fancy killing me with a behemoth, they could also go and get their creature and do whatever they wanted. Or just go with behemoth as they were. Anyway, we also see a card that I haven't seen before. It's called Chain of Waters. Your opponents can cast spells during your turn. They were trying to protect themselves, so be it. They could have shortcutted. Anyway, let's go to sideboarding. The sideboarding is obvious. Let's not forget Tranith Magistrate. This is the only card I'm going to mention. They start with a Leyline of Abundance, and that's where my heart skips a beat because it gives such explosive openings. So me and my one lander are going to fight through this. I'm playing, obviously, my Priest of Titania, and if I manage to survive next turn, I'm in a very good spot. I might even have the kill Curion Ranger. People finally understood your power. Did I bring in my Forces of Vigor? And obviously I forgot my Forces of Vigor out. And they're playing Fiat Artisan. I have to say that I'm not feeling very confident at this point. Therefore, I'm going to use in my turn, because I don't have a good 2-drop, this is the time that Badger has to come in order to try to save the day. But it doesn't look very good, does it? So let's see what the opponent is doing. They're cracking. They're obviously going to use a Fiend Artisan to get something. They go to their Devoted Druid, and we're going on from there. And that's when I draw my Devoted Druid. And now you're going to see what the Shang-Chi actually does. So we're tapping Shang-Chi, we're adding 1 mana, we're playing Devoted Druid, which Devoted Druid is going to chord. And now we're going to chord. I should have played the Sylvan Safekeeper, by the way, which I decided not to. So Devoted Druid is going to, pardon me, chord for 2 to try to go for the Vizier. Actually, no, I didn't. I went for a Priest of Titania. No. They gave me back. Sorry. I'm catching up too. You have to remember I did this a few days ago. So let's get up to speed here. So what happened? I tried to Chord of Calling, Nature's Rhythm, for 2. With this Nature's Rhythm for 2, I tried to get my Vizier. The opponent, in response, how did they do it? In some manner, they managed to do it. I don't recall how, you can tell me. They tried to kill with the road my Devoted Druid. But because I had the Chord of Calling in hand, which is an instant speed tutor, as I keep telling you, and it's great, I was able to get Vizier regardless. And then I was able, with my Nature's Rhythm, to get whatever I needed in order to finish them. And also regenerate my Devoted Druid using Zuri. This is the explosive hand that Shang-Chi can give you. These are the broken openings. And so far, so good. We like this, didn't we? So let's go to game number 3. Game number 3, this time we're playing second, though. And this is not good, is it? Against such an explosive deck. Should I keep this hand? No, because my only land was a lush portico. My love-hate relationship. Then mulligan to 6 was horrible, so we are mulliganing to 5, which is actually the perfect hand. How is it the perfect hand? Only if the opponent decides to do nothing. Will they? I don't know. Leyline of Abundance, a card that if you draw later in the game is 99% of the times useless. In contrary, for example, to Leyline of Vitality, because it's the only Leyline, I believe, that's good if you cast it after you draw it. The rest of them are not so good. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So now the opponent's playing the cup game, they have tons of badges, so I know what's actually happening. And right here, as I am, I only need 1 land in order to kill them. Will we draw it? Because if I draw a land, I'd Code of Calling for 2, I get my Devoted Druid and we're off. But no. The deck decided, nope, you're not having it. So we didn't have it. That was a bit unlucky, right? But it's okay. Seeing the opponent also fetch for a Dryad Arbor, I know that they're probably going for a hoof. And I can't really do much at this point. Shang-Chi. I think they're also testing their deck because I think they could have shortcut a bit. Anyway. Devoted. Then they had the Vizier in hand. And the Vizier is probably going to get something that from the last 2 cards that they have in hand. After I see Duskwatch Recruiter, I'm respecting the opponent enough in order to concede. I know that they're going to get their Ballista or they're going to get their hoof and finish me off. That was unfortunate. Thankfully, it wasn't me misplaying. It was just the deck not giving me the second land. Let's go to match number 2. Match number 2, and what do we have here? We're playing first again. And I have my girl. We're fine. We have Priest of Titania together with Kyrian Ranger. This is a great hand. And we're going from there. Lush Portico, I would appreciate if you stay out of my hand. I want you to fetch for you. But this is not happening. Marsh Flats. Lately, when I see Marsh Flats, it only means one thing. Goryos. It's everywhere. It's the only way actually to fight the devoted combo decks. Because the dedicated shell has a bad matchup against Goryos. Code of Calling, yes, we're going to keep you on the top of the deck. I like you. End of the turn, they're playing a Shadow, or whatever. It's a surveillance that's black, white. And they're casting a Solitude, pitching an Atraxa, and we know it's Goryos. But we ain't afraid of Goryos here. So my Priest of Titania goes bye-bye. But still, we have Elvish Mystic, and I do have a Code of Calling that I can use end of their turn in order to go off. I have double Kyrian Ranger too, which is great. So they don't have a land, which means they have tons of interaction, which could also means that they could also have a Force of Negation in hand. So end of the turn, going for a Code of Calling in order to get my Devoted Druid, and in my turn, I would actually try to cast a Nature's Rhythm for the Vizier and Azuri, and that would be the game. End of their turn, the opponent realized that what I was doing, and they tried to save both of us some time. Thank you, opponent. Because they knew they couldn't do anything. And we're going to game number 2. In my eyes, the best cards in the matchup are Sun Cleanser, Sanctifier, as well as Endurance. Do you see 2 of them? 3 of them actually in my hand? Yep, I do. So this is a keep, even though it doesn't have speed. It is a hand that approaches the matchup in different ways. It's a hate hand. And we're going to see how it works. Against this type of decks, if they don't kill you very fast using an Atraxa that's coming back from the graveyard, you're very happy to have this hand. And that's what we're doing. I would love to have a 3rd land. The deck isn't giving it to me for now. And instead of just throwing my Sun Cleanser against them turn 2, which would do nothing, because Sun Cleanser is there only for Wrath of the Skies, which is their mass removal, and it stops it. I will try to get my 3rd land and protect a bit my board. I didn't want the cub. The cub came back to me again anyway. I have nothing going on. If the reason I'm playing like that and I'm still not throwing Sun Cleanser, Sun Cleanser is way too precious. It's not dealing enough, doesn't put enough pressure on the opponent in order to kill them. I need to draw the 3rd land in order to do something useful. And as you can see also, the opponent isn't doing anything. He's not going to cast any Atraxas anytime soon, if it's up to me. That was a very interesting choice. These are the moments that I wish I drew a Kyrian Ranger. So I have 3 hate pieces in my sideboard. I'm still not doing anything. I have a feeling that this badger is going to die. And if they try to die, pardon me, we're going to see what we do. Then don't do anything again. They're up to 5 mana. Do you smell the solitude? Because I definitely do. So if the opponent's not doing anything, I'm going to do something for them. I'm putting a clock on the board. I'm casting one of my 2 endurances. There's the land that we wanted, in order to start attacking. This endurance and the carbon will attack. And there is a not below it solitude that's going to try to kill. That's not going to try. It's going to exile actually my endurance. And I'm going to get rid of it because I don't know. Nobody likes ephemerated solitudes, do we? No. And I'm putting my Sun Cleanser on the battlefield. The opponent is getting back a Faithful Mending with their Falaji. So we see an Atraxa in the graveyard, and this is a very juicy target. And you know what we're going to do. First, I'm going to cast Shang-Chi. Then I'm going to cast my Sanctifier in order to try to take away the graveyard. And as a backup, I do have Endurance. I'm going to pitch my Azuri. This is a sacrilege, I know. But we're going to cast Endurance, pitching Azuri in order to take away the graveyard. Because after that, our hand just wants a finisher and we are off. The opponent conceded immediately. Probably their hand was evolving around that Atraxa in the graveyard. And that's it. We're going to game number 3. Match number 3. Come on, Musa. We are playing first. Yes, we would like to do that. This is a good hand. I would prefer not to have the Dryad Arbor in hand, but we can't do anything about it. We do have a tutor in the eyes of a formidable speaker. The opponent is playing a Sacred Foundry. Pardon me. As soon as I saw the Sacred Foundry, I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I was afraid that they were going to bolt my Dryad Arbor. Here, by the way, did you see the mistake that I made? I fetched for forest. I have no idea why. That should have been a Temple Garden. Because how I'm going to cast Vizier? You see the problem here? I could have killed them if I could cast Vizier. But no, I decided that I didn't want to kill them. So I'm just playing my Azuri together with my Priest of Titania. I pray to the gods of magic that the opponent won't have a Goblin Bombardment, and they did, and this time it worked. But it's okay. Next time we're going to do what we want, what we can do. If we draw the Temple Garden or not, we have so much mana that they cannot do anything about it. I'm casting everything inside. I'm not going to cast anything actually more, because the Azuri together with Priest of Titania and tons of elves on the board and an active Devoted Druid is lethal. And that's how we kill them, because we got lucky and we fought through my mistake. What is amazing is that since I switched to this version of the deck, I keep winning against a Boros Energy. I don't know why. I mean, nothing serious has changed with the deck, nothing vital, because it's pretty much the same deck. Maybe it's the luck variance that's letting me beat them. I mean, a turn 2 Goblin Bombardment isn't good, but you understand what I mean. But for some reason, the matchup has become better. It could be also the Urobroid that I have. Anyway, as soon as I see an Ajani together with a Goblin Bombardment, and no board of mine, obviously, there was no reason for me to stay here. And I'm moving to game number 3 to save some time. But yes, Boros Energy doesn't seem as bad all of a sudden. I don't know. Let's go. Game number 3. This time we're playing first. This is what we came for. We have the hate in the eyes of a Sun Cleanser, and we're very happy about it. We do have Devoted Druid, we do have a Court of Calling, and we do have a fetch land that could also be a Lush Portico. That Path to Exile was amazing. What I did here, it's pretty obvious. I play I play a Sun Cleanser instead of my Devoted Druid in order to protect my baby from the opponent. They're not gaining any energy, and I'm very happy. Mind you, they start playing lightning bolts in energy, so I decided not to block because I really don't want to lose my Sun Cleanser, because my whole strategy of winning is based on this card. You can create tons of tokens. We're not going to kill you. It won't matter how many tokens you have, opponent. So here we go again. I'm casting a Devoted Druid, and once again, I'm not casting my Elvish Mystic because I do want to keep Path to Exile up in case of an emergency, which doesn't seem to be here because the opponent is just playing Season Pyromancer. They're discarding a Ragavan and a land in order to draw 2 cards, and we're okay. We're 1 card away from winning. This time, because they're tapped out, I'm going to block something. Mind you that they also play Solitude sometimes, but I couldn't play around it. I mean, I could play around it a bit. No, I couldn't. Anyway, they have tons of tokens, and then what do I have? Lethal with Trample. And this is why I love Erizuri, and this is why I love my life and the deck. For some reason, I tried to keep path up, but then I realized, whatever, let's just go for the win. Azuri, Trample, kill. You don't have enough life to survive, dude. Sorry, opponent. You don't have enough life, my dear opponent, to survive. And we're going. And let's go to match number, match number 3. Yeah. 4, actually. It's the 4th round. Let's go. What do we think of Shang-Chi this time? It's actually good, isn't it? Yeah, with Leyline of Abundance, because you can produce 2 mana way easier, it's actually a good card to hand. A good card to have, and we're going to keep on playing it. The opponent turn 1 is going to cast... it's a frigging rigging frig, the Fanatic Ronas deck. We're playing against. I'm going to play my Dryad Arbor, obviously. Badger, creating 2 mana. I'm going to cast my War Master and my Sylvan Safekeeper. It's astounding how much mana you can produce with Leyline of Abundance together with Badger. Fight rigging. That's how it's called. So they're down to 1 card. We just have to, let's say, dodge the bullet this turn. Yeah, a Sowing Mycospawn is not going to cut it. They're trying to find the finisher, which is an Emrakul or an Ulamog, I believe. So I should pause it here, right? And actually tell you, can you find the kill? It's pretty obvious. I also asked on Discord how they would kill the opponent like that. We have so much mana that we can do something and kill them this turn. Let's continue. So while we are killing the opponent, and we're killing the opponent, please, deck, move. Can we? There we go, please. Thank you. I'm going to cast Shang-Chi and go on from there. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you what I've also tested the rest of the week. Because of the mirror matchup, I will call it mirror from now on. I also started testing Linvala, but because both the main and the sideboard, I'm going to add the Linvala photo here for you to understand which one I mean. But because the main and the sideboard are so tight, I moved away from it because I'm not going to do this just for one matchup. It was cute. It wasn't cute enough. It was flying, whatever. I moved away from it. So I'm back to the main deck that you know. I also want to test the new card that came out for Elves. And I cannot remember the name. What was the name? So I do also want to test the Cantankerous Keepers card, which, as I've mentioned before, I think it's more for the Elf Ball shell. And Elf Ball didn't go very well the last time I tried it. But still, I'm going to test it because we do have to test it, because lately my judgment has been so wrong. Anyway, let's go to game number 2. So against this matchup, because I don't think we've faced it before together, the most important thing is to get rid of big creatures and also be able to kill the fight rigging enchantment. So I had to mulligan down to 4. It doesn't look very promising, does it? Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage, it's very good against me. It's better against the devoted combo shell, the dedicated one. I've played it once, and because they couldn't remove it, it was horrible. And here, that's why I also love playing Formidable Speaker, because you can go and get from the sideboard, from the rest of the deck, the card that you need and actually kill the Grafdigger's Cage, which isn't the case here. So here we have a Fanatic of Rona. They have tons of mana. At this point, they have put Emrakul underneath the Ugin's Labyrinth. So we know that they almost have enough mana in order to go off. That's my boy. That's my Skyclave Apparition. And I don't really need to kill the Grafdigger's Cage, do I? At this point, I'm trying just to kill to get that Emrakul out of their away from their Ugin's Labyrinth with my Boseiju. But so far, I don't have to do anything. I'm waiting for the opponent to act for me to react. Malevolent Rabble, they're looking for something. They got their Drowner of Truth, which is this card if you've never seen it before. Okay, it's a 7-6. It's a very big boy. I'm still looking for a finisher in order to decide what I'm going to do with my Boseiju. I have no reason to stay back. I'm actually swinging in with everything. Because, okay, they do have mana, but they can't do anything with it. I'm going to cast my Priest of Titania. And I will keep the Boseiju in hand to see where it can target, what card it has to target. There we go again. They're going to play their Drowner of Truth. Yes, Truth. Ugin, that's not good. And they went for the Skyclave Apparition. That's a bit weird for me. I mean, they had so much mana, they couldn't probably pick what they wanted to do. Still, I have nothing to do, and I really need a finisher in order to go off. And that's my finisher. That's a Nature Rhythm. I always run out of battery when I'm doing these recordings. So Nature Rhythm. First, I'm going to kill my their Grafdigger's Cage with the Nature Rhythm. I'm going to get everything. They're just on 10. We're going to kill them with the Azuri. And that's for game number 2. They kept the hand just for the Grafdigger's Cage. It was pretty obvious. And eventually I would draw out of it, either by playing creatures, or by getting my Formidable Speaker to get my Skyclave Apparition, or drawing my Skyclave Apparition on my own. You also have to remember that I'm running 2 Bossages in the main, because I want to fight all the degenerate stuff. And for a period of time, I was facing a lot of high noons. And that's it. Well, let's go to the last round. Last round. What are we going to face? This is a very good hand. It has a turn 3 kill, so we're going to keep. And this time, I didn't mess up. I went and got my Temple Garden. So what is the opponent on? I see Arid Mesa, I think red, and nobody likes red. And what, they're going to play Galvanic Discharge. Okay, we do have another energy deck. Let's see what we're going to do. Thankfully, I drew the second land, which was vital for the Devoted to land. They have tons of mana, and I have lethal. That's it. Similar, nice and easy. The Badger fixed the deck. I mean, I would be able to do it regardless. We're going to get our Vizier, and we do have 2 Azuris in hand, and we are going for lethal. Let's go to game number 2. So, game number 2 against Energy. As you can see, I'm not bringing my Forces of Vigor anymore. I opt for the Disruptor Flute, which is more targeted and doesn't take as many slots from the main, because I do want to keep the consistency and the core of the deck there. I choose to have a more combo hand than actually try to kill them. The replays again, once more, a bit dodgy, so sorry for what you're going to see from here. The casting on a journey, and that's it pretty much. So as I was saying, the meta has evolved. For some weird reason, Energy has dropped out, and we do have a Goryos as being the top deck of the format. Pardon me. We do have a very combo meta, because from my experience, the way to fight Energy has always been combo decks, because Energy cannot fight combo decks. And this is why we have a very combo-oriented meta, either in the eyes of a Devoted Druid combo or Goryos Vengeance. If you go and check actually the top decks of the format, I will actually enter them here as they are on MTG Goldfish. You'll see that we do have lots of combo decks. And let's go on with the game. I mean, what's left in this second round? When you have a Goblin Bombardment on board, together with Anna Journey, I think you can understand that this is pretty much the end of me. Still, I'm going to try to kill the Goblin Bombardment using my Lush Portico, which is tapping for 2 mana now because of the Badger. Sorry, the last round is going to be, this round is going to be a bit dodgy because of the playback. It's a bit weird. I don't know what's happening again. So I did kill the Goblin Bombardment, but there's not much more to do after that, because I have to find a way to kill a Ajani. And the only way to kill a Ajani is actually try to find my Skyclave Apparition or draw my Disruptor Flute at this point. But I decided that this was not the case, and I conceded to go to game number 3 and try not to get butchered. This time we're playing first, and this is the last match of the league. Is it the perfect hand? No, but I'm going to keep it because you don't really want to mulligan hard against Energy. Furthermore, I do have a tutor in hand, which is a formidable speaker. And obviously I'm sending this Guide of Souls bye-bye because nobody likes it. That Kirin Ranger was an excellent draw. The opponent is untapping the Secret Foundry. They're going to cast their Orim's Chant. How many times am I going to say it? Orim's Chant isn't a good card. I mean, for me, it isn't. Whenever I tried it, it wasn't really effective. The opponent is not attacking with a Voice of Victory, which means that they didn't have a Goblin Bombardment, and I can be happy about it. If only I had a Shang-Chi in this mashup, right? But I have the combo in hand, which is a Devoted Druid plus Azuri plus Badger. Remember, Badger together with Azuri as well as Devoted Druid is infinite damage. It's the secondary combo right now of the deck, and the third combo is actually a Devoted Druid, double Devoted Druid together with an Azuri. I have tons of mana here. The Azuri landed. I do also have a formidable speaker. Let's keep that Urobroid here. I do have a formidable speaker if I actually need to untap something to generate more mana. The playback is once again funky, but it's going to be okay. We're going to work around it. So I'm casting my Devoted Druid. And I just need to dodge a Johnny together with Goblin Bombardment. And I think our chances are pretty high. What do you believe? So they're trying to Thraben Charm my Azuri. They have 2 creatures, which means that they can deal double damage, 4 damage, but I have enough damage in order to make Azuri bigger. And that's it for the game. That's it for the match. That's it for the league. So, what do you believe about Shang-Chi? Was it good? I believe it was, wasn't it? I'm very happy we agree. So, Shang-Chi stays in the deck for now. I'm still trying to, fix a little bit more the deck in order to play the way I want, because beating Goryos is something that I really want. If you decide to play online and if you decide to play this version of the deck, remember that there is always a Clarion Conqueror that's waiting at the corner. Therefore, always be prepared to pack in your Skyclave Apparition together with Chords of Calling in order to be able to tutor for it, which I think is the only advantage that this deck has over the other, because you have instant tutoring and you can go and get your instant speed removal at any point. I really enjoy playing the deck at this point. I'm having tons of fun. I'm laughing a lot, and it's nice to solve a puzzle the way it has become. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched until the end of this video, I uploaded the sideboard guide with the old configuration of the deck. As soon as I am done configuring this version of the deck, I'm going to give you another sideboard guide, and I'm going to update my primer at some point to add the Badger and all the new cards. All of this is going to be in my free Patreon. If you would wish to join, I would be very happy. That's it, and I will see you on the next one, and who knows what I'm going to play in the next one. Anyway, bye-bye.